Let's talk about the responsibility of leadership. I love the word responsibility because I wholly believe, and how I live my life is that taking 100% responsibility for everything is the way to claim your power and create a life that you love. While each of us is a leader in our life, with our family, our friends, our community, I'm talking about leadership as a role, as a title. Whether it's in your job, at a nonprofit, in your community, in government. Recently on LinkedIn, I've been reading a lot of posts about toxic leadership. And not too long ago, I had somebody very close to me who spent quite a long time in a job position with extremely toxic leadership. And I got to witness it firsthand. And it's interesting because I sit here and I just don't get it. To me, leadership is a responsibility. It's not easy, and it's not for everyone. And I just want to suggest for anyone who is offered a position of leadership, if it's something that you don't want, if it's something that you're not committed to and committed to learning how to be effective and to be the best leader that you can, that's okay. Don't take it. Very often, people are promoted into leadership positions, not because they're great leaders, but because either they've been there the longest or because they actually have the best skills at whatever the job is that the leader will be leading. So now you take the best person who does the job, you take them out of the job, you put them in leadership, they're not good in leadership, and now you don't have that person doing the job that they were really good at. What happens, though, when leadership is not effective, and especially if leadership is toxic, is that the people that are being led are not supported, they're not held, they're not trained, and oftentimes that can have a big toll on mental health. Toxic leadership, in some cases, is downright abusive, criticizing, yelling. Heck, I used to hear stories from employees about former employers throwing things at them. And I would just sit there like, what? I couldn't believe it. I suspect that a lot of people don't realize the amount of impact that they have on the people that they lead and how damaging and detrimental toxic leadership is. Getting the training to be an effective leader is available, and it is a responsibility. And I would encourage people to embrace it. It's exciting to learn communication skills, to explore yourself. If you find that you snap at your people really easily, that's okay. That's normal. And it's not okay to continue doing it. Who do you need to talk to? You can work with a coach like myself, a therapist. You can go to a program, whatever you need. Start to uncover what is it about you that is causing you to snap at people or criticize people. How can you let that go so that you can feel better? Because honestly, when we are not being our best selves, it's about us. It's not about the other people. How can you learn to create collaboration and teamwork and communication and shift your mindset so that your commitment is to holding people to their greatness, to developing them, to bringing them up, not expecting perfection out of them? Being a leader does not mean that you have to be perfect, but it does mean that you have to be committed to self-development, to other people, and to being the best that you can be, and to leaving your baggage at home. My passion is in helping leaders to create conscious leadership. Conscious leadership means that a leader is able to think about, have the awareness to decide every day how they're going to show up, how they're going to interact with people, communicate, what example they're going to set, and what type of energy or the who that they are is going to show up to a given meeting or given situation. Sometimes it requires being a little more forceful. Sometimes it requires being a little bit more caring and loving. Sometimes maybe a little bit more collaborative and creative. All of that is okay when appropriate. And so imagine being able to have the forethought to say, who do I need to be right now? Who do I want to be right now in this situation? It is so powerful. And what ends up happening is when a leader has effective leadership and the people who they are leading respect them and want to work with them, their lives are better. They feel better about themselves and their work. It is a win-win all the way around. If you're in a position of leadership and find yourself struggling sometimes to create what you want, to shift how you react to things, or you feel like, gee, I just wish I could get my team to fill in the blank, but I just can't, and I'm frustrated. Or you find yourself blaming them because things aren't working out. All of that is okay, and it's not necessary. Give me a call and let's have a conversation and see if I can help you develop the consciousness and the awareness as a leader that will help you to be so powerful and so fulfilled in your role.